So during today's ride, I was thinking about the GS and thinking a little bit like Darwinism or evolution or whatever, only the strong survive. And you can watch this in full 4K, just adjust your device. Now this has the look of being just another absolutely beautiful fall day. After this hot summer that we had and that rainy season, I am happy to take every day. Leaves are changing a little bit. People have their Halloween costumes out on the front lawn. In fact, Karen's already put stuff out there. She's baking in the oven. She's cooking meat. It's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to own a GS1100. And as I'm doing my normal routine to get the bike ready for a nice ride, the weather is just heavenly. I look outside. Karen gave me the latest weather report. I can't tell you how nice this time of year is in this part of the country. I don't want to waste 1 minute of this. Not 1 minute. Anyway, she's busy cooking. I'm busy cleaning bikes, pre-flight, and doing all the things, planning out where I'm going to ride today. And the GS is always on my mind when I think about 42 years owning this bike and how it survived. And as I said before, only the strong survive. I wonder how many GSs got butchered up or changed into, I don't know, something. But they didn't survive. But you know what? This one survived. So while I'm out riding, the bride is making, I don't know, it's meat. I know that with carrots on top. What is on top? Carrots?
It's going to get mixed in.
It's going to get mixed in? By the time I get home, the house is going to smell like a steakhouse, huh?
It's brisket.
Brisket! Yay! All right, I'm going out for a ride. And needless to say, not all of my bikes survived, and I wish a lot more of them did. There are a lot of them that I would love to have back at any price, and what's bad is I let them go for probably less money than they were worth because I wanted to get something else. And back in the early part of my life, I was buying and selling bikes and trading them and doing all kind of crazy stuff. And then around the time of the GS, I really started thinking, you know, some of these are going to be worth keeping. And after I rode this, I was thinking, this one I think for sure is going to be a real keeper. When things don't survive, sometimes you don't even know the reason. It's mysterious or whatever. A lot of my two-strokes, boy, if I could only get them back now, boy, any price, any price. And some of my bikes didn't survive because at the time, at that part in my life, they just didn't suit my needs. But this bike has gone on, this is 42 years. It's been serving my needs well. So I always think there's got to be something special about a motorcycle. If you keep it for a long time, in this case, again, 42 years, there's got to be some things about it that they draw you to it. In this case, a comfortable seat. Definitely one of the advantages of this bike is you can go on long rides. And I used to go to Lake George on a weekend and it was like sitting on a couch on a lazy boy. The engine, everybody loves that engine. Anybody that's ever ridden one, that engine is the selling feature of the bike. And the exhaust note, it's got a raspy, nasty note without being offensive, without being like, I don't want to mention any brands, but some bikes, that are very, very irritating. And at 79 years old, this bike meets my needs perfectly. I always look forward to riding this bike. And every one of my friends that has a GS, they treasure them. They keep them looking like brand new. Dallas is a good example. Joe Padula. They love these bikes. And I know when Jim Skinner gets done with his restoration, he's just going to be, he's going to have a smile on his face ear to ear. That's what these bikes do. They remind you of a time and place that you can't go back to, except if you have a GS. Now I know Jim Skinner also has a rebuilt engine. I mean, a sweet engine. He shared pictures with us of the rebuild. He had somebody, I think that's a professional drag racer, do the engine, and it looks from the pictures to be great. But they're even great stock. And this engine here, I don't know how you could hold the throttle wide open on this bike and not be happy. And I know Dallas got a spare parts bike. He's got two of them. And I have two of them. And I'm so glad I got them while they were available. And mine has 80,000, a little over 80,000. Shows me no signs it's not going to go another 80,000. I don't know. Well, but the problem is, I probably am not going to go another 80,000. That's the reality. But I'll have this bike in my collection until the fat lady sings. And I don't hear her warming up in the wings yet. But you never really know. And this time of year, it's like heaven to have that cool breeze in your face. Oh, the leaves are starting to change. The Halloween costumes are out. What a great time to have a GS, to have any bike. So as I get ready to go home and get the last couple of miles under my belt, I'll be dreaming about those meat products that Karen is cooking, that brisket. Oh my God, every day she's got something good in the oven. And it's time to get back to the farm and, among other things, feed the fish. And that's a good thought that went through my mind all day. Only the strong survive, and I guess the reality is this bike is pretty strong. I know that motor is pretty strong, not like me. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button if you did, and thank you so much for watching.